Well, there were many sickening parts. There were many sickening parts to Mike's response, but one section was particularly awful and factually will not stand up. And it's probably a section people overlooked or thought, well, let's give him a point there. Let's be nice to Mike. He's suffering. Now, I will be good faith. If he is suffering from cancer, I will actually be a decent human being and say, okay, any human being in pain, suffering, that kind of suffering, is suffering. Am I going to give him money? No. But should I at least feel somewhat sympathy for him? I think I should, even though he's frankly, Nazi war criminal, but it is what it is. However, why is this worth disputing? Well, there's one major point that Michael overlooked, but I did not overlook because I double checked. And I want to give a big shout out to Alonzo. He's not responsible for this letter. This letter was published decades ago. It was lost for a time, but it's been recovered and it is devastating. So, what happened? Well, for those who don't know, Robert Young was a major, I mean major figure in Scientology. He held almost every post in Scientology. He personally knew L. Ron Hubbard. He stayed with the cult for a very, very long time. He got out, unfortunately, very late, and he and his wife suffered terribly. But after he left, he became a very well informed expert witness and helped a lot of victims, including Lisa McPherson, and he spoke in that case. Now, wait for it. While suffering from cancer. Let me repeat. He testified in a case for a victim that, in all probability, David Miscavige, and again, it's YouTube, I have to say this, allegedly contributed to the death to. Allegedly. Yes, there is evidence he was directly involved. And despite suffering from cancer, they made accommodations and he testified. And you know what Mike Rinder did? Oh, yeah, he was there. And Rinder admits to this, saying, I was doing a lot of propaganda. I was busy with the PR with the McPherson. I don't know about your case. I don't know about that case. All right, I was busy with my McPherson. Oh, you're busy with McPherson, huh? Okay. So Robert told the truth, not out of spite or even anger. He just said, let the record show. Mike Rinder was mocking me. And Robert, he was part of the Guardian's office, which was the forerunner of OSA. And Robert makes very clear in that letter, they did a lot of ugly, nasty things. They did many, many bad things. And he's horrified at his own past. However, he always thought there was a limit. But with Rinder, it keeps getting worse and worse. And for the record and for history, he said, I thought there was a decent core, but I was wrong. You are fairly evil. You could have just been nice, because all he wanted was a break. He said, okay, this testimony is becoming a little bit too much. I want to take a break. And they're like, no, you're hurting Miscavige. No break for you. But they took a break, and on their break, Mike Rinder visibly was mocking him. So that part at least, don't believe Michael. Saying, oh, all these nasty comments about my cancer. Oh my God. Oh, the YouTube talks. No, this is before YouTube. Long before YouTube. Mike Rinder on the testimony of a real victim and someone who really showed remorse and really helped the victims. For the record says, when it comes to cancer victims, you showed your true self. You don't care. You don't care about victims. You don't care about cancer victims. You're a complete fraud. So you can cry for Mike Rinder and his cancer. I think you're a very good person. I think he deserves minimal sympathy for his plight. And that's it. He's not getting my money. And I'm not going to be crying or praying for him. I'm not. He's not a decent person. So I feel sorry that his family is suffering. And that is about it. And I feel sorry that as a minimal, decent human being, any person suffers. That is about it. But with this guy trying to be better than him, that's going to happen automatically. So if you want to be the better person and cry and pray for him, or even give him money and believe him that he suffers from cancer, good on you. But I can't go that far because I know the history and Robert exposed him. And this guy is a monster. Just a complete monster.